We all know that feeling. You play a game, love it to death, and then realize it doesn't get the attention it deserves. So I'm here to change that and talk about what I think are 8 of the most underrated games of all time. And I'm very sure that there are entries on this list you never heard of. But first I want to know, what are some games you think are underrated? Let me know in the comments. And if you're missing some games on this list, be sure to check out part 1. Link in the description. Alright, let's go. First on this list is Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin. This Monster Hunter spin-off series is without a doubt inspired by Pokemon. But in my opinion it's so much better. Instead of brutally hunting monsters like in the main series, you collect monster eggs, become friends with them, and then use these monsters in a fantastic rock paper scissors style turn-based combat system. Wow, that was a mouthful. Swapping out monsters to react to dangerous situations or maximize damage requires some strategic thinking. The fact that some elements of the main Monster Hunter series made it into the spin-off makes it even better. For example, attacking a monster's leg will eventually make it topple over, or hitting a Kuluyaku with a flash bomb will make it drop its beloved stone. These fantastic mechanics are what makes this one of my favorite modern turn-based combat systems. The story is surprisingly engaging too. What starts off as a light-hearted adventure quickly picks up the pace and even touches on serious themes like prejudices, animal exploitation, and the importance of nature. Monster Hunter Stories 2 has an addictive gameplay loop, beautiful visuals, and a superb story, and this is why I think this deserves way more attention. Crosscode is one of my favorite games of all time. Despite a passionate fanbase, it never really got much attention outside of the indie scene though. Or at least not as much as it should have. Crosscode is a retro-inspired action RPG that perfectly combines established JRPG tropes with a satirical undertone and fresh gameplay ideas. Gameplay-wise, this is basically separated between action combat with awesome elemental powers, an emotional story full of twists, and a lot of mind-bending and challenging puzzles. The best thing though is that combat and solving puzzles is intertwined, because for both you need to throw these projectiles. They can be thrown at objects to push or pull them, and swapping element changes the projectile's characteristic, which completely opens up so many possibilities for puzzles and combat as well. The balance between these core elements is spot on and creates such an engaging and addictive gameplay loop that it's hard to put down the controller. I'd say if you're a fan of action RPGs with beautiful pixel graphics and puzzle-heavy dungeons as in Zelda games, you definitely need to check out Crosscode. This gorgeous metroidvania slipped under so many people's radar when it came out in 2012, and it's such a shame because I think it's brilliant. The story revolves around the main character Dust, who lost his memory. While on the quest to find out about his identity, he learns what kind of person he was before his amnesia. While the game may not win prizes for its story, it's still engaging and the characters are likable, and the voice acting is great. Where this game truly shines though is its gameplay. Combat is fast paced and movement is so incredibly smooth that it quickly feels like you're flying through the area, defeating enemies like cutting through butter, while looking incredibly stylish. Creating a super long combo this way is so satisfying and something that you don't see that often in the Metroidvania. The simple RPG mechanics are just a cherry on top, and combined, this is a short but insanely fun Metroidvania experience that more people should try out. I know this might actually be a controversial pick, but I think Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin is such a fun and underappreciated game. I mean, I kinda understand. Is it a very good Souls-like? No, maybe not. Is it a well-told remake of the first Final Fantasy? You know, maybe not, because it's dumb at times. But if you don't treat it as either one of those and view this as a straightforward action game with some Final Fantasy sprinkled in it, then I'm pretty sure you have a great time. The main reason for that is the combat and class system. Combat feels quite similar to Souls-likes, especially Nioh, so it's quite fast, responsive, and comes with a lot of cool mechanics. For combat you can use 2 of the 28 jobs and swap between them. That way you have hundreds of possible combinations and find what suits your playstyle. Most jobs feel very distinct thanks to a great amount of skills and unique abilities. Bosses are insanely well designed and mostly offer a great challenge. Yes, some of the dialogue may be stupid, but once you embrace the stupidity and manage to look past the storytelling itself, you probably enjoy the presentation. If you're a fan of action JRPGs, Souls-like, and a good job system, you should give Stranger of Paradise a chance. I for one really hope we get a sequel someday. Biped is easily one of my favorite co-op games, and it bugs me that so few people know about it. In Biped you take control of one of these cute robots, and one friend controls the other. The unique twist is that both legs are controlled individually by one of the 2 analog sticks on your controller. That way movement itself becomes a challenge, but also super fun to watch. So you and your friend's task is to get from point A to point B. For that you not only have to master the movement, but solve puzzles, be clever and work well together. This definitely is a challenging game, but also insanely satisfying and incredibly funny. I remember playing this with my girlfriend and we couldn't stop laughing over this cute and dumb looking movement. So honestly, if you played It Takes Two a dozen times already and are looking for a silly but challenging co-op game, please give Biped a go. The Trials of Mana remake got good reviews, yet I think too many people skip this fantastic action JRPG. This is a mostly light-hearted story with brilliantly straightforward action combat and accessible fun RPG mechanics. The class system offers depth by giving you a choice between multiple branches to evolve your base class. That way you not only have a ton of characters and class combinations, this also offers a great replay value. Combat itself may not reinvent the JRPG wheel, but stays fun thanks to flashy skills, well-designed bosses, and of course the class system. Trials of Mana Remake feels so traditional without losing focus on what's important for a modern JRPG, and I think Square Enix actually nailed it. I think no matter if you're a retro fan, prefer modern RPGs or like turn-based combat, the Trials of Mana Remake can be enjoyed by everyone. In my opinion, Final Fantasy V is the most underrated entry in the series and is in no way inferior to the fan favorites FF4 and FF6. Yes, the story might not have the same emotional weight as the other two SNES Final Fantasies, but once the story gets going, there are some engaging, shocking, quirky and sad moments that I won't forget that easily. The job system from FF3 was perfected in FF5 and offers such an addictive gameplay loop that also gets super satisfying once you find a well-working setup for your party. On top of that, I think Xdeath is actually a good villain that feels dangerous and actually manages to do some serious damage. So basically Final Fantasy V offers everything that the other titles also have, and it desperately deserves more love. Chain Echoes has a lot in common with Crossroad. They're both pixel art indie RPGs from Germany, and they're both amongst my favorite games of all time. Chain Echoes captures the essence and nostalgic feel of JRPGs from the past like Final Fantasy VI, while bringing fresh ideas to the mix that make this one of the most unique JRPGs of recent years. In combat you have this mechanic where your action causes an arrow to move back and forth the overdrive meter. You essentially want to keep it in the green area to maximize damage and keep avoiding the red because this comes with a lot of disadvantages. Cleverly swapping out characters is also key to win some encounters, and all this makes this an engaging and fun turn-based combat. The story is well written, emotional, comes with a lot of surprises, and kept me at the edge of my seat. Oh, and the soundtrack is phenomenal. Honestly, if you like Final Fantasy VI, then please give Chain Echoes a go. It's so good. Alright, that's it. 8 games I think are completely underrated. What are some games you think are underrated? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And hit the bell as well if you don't want to miss lists about underrated games, indie games, RPGs and more. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.